joined joining me for the last round of the season for ADEC. Will be joined this evening by Low Power, but he is just running a wee bit late. I was running a wee bit late to this lobby as well. Didn't realise it started already. But yeah, let's go with group 4 cars this evening at high speed ring. Certainly in terms of the outright championship, it's been settled already. G-Rabbit picking up the championship win last round out. So it's just the Lexa Team Championship, which is still on, and of course the promotion relegation going into next season is still to be decided. But yeah, that's what we have for ourselves this evening. So drivers have been underway with practice for maybe 10 or 15 minutes here. Imagine qualifying might start 15 minutes past, but quarter to usually it starts. But yeah, maybe it'll start 35 minutes or half past even, which will be in the next 5 minutes. 90-minute endurance race, so it'll be a longer time for drivers, but that means the tyre wear has been reduced to ×3 and the fuel reduced to ×1. So still will be an issue at this track though with the tyre wear, even at the ×3, because this track tends to use up the tyres quite a bit. Yeah, as guys just let us know, we will get underway with qualifying shortly. Just now even. So yeah, possibility of rain with the weather report during the race, but for qualifying and the start of the race it will be dry. Slipstream will probably be a factor during this qualifying session. This circuit sort of presents a lot of slipstream opportunity, so qualifying laps might be more decided from where you're able to position your car in traffic. But yeah, that's still to be seen. So yeah, quite a lot of drivers looking to get out in this first grip. G-Rabbit looks to be the one leading the way, so he won't have any slipstream for this first lap. Lens and Gadgets might be able to manage the slipstream here. So see, actually, G-Rabbit is going to take a high line. Yeah, he's running quite high up the circuit. Get the best possible start for the lap. Let's just see, Ayrton Senna, the bottom of the track is something I thought you might be able to get speed from. So yeah, there might be a few different lines to use, but G-Rabbit looking to go very high up the track. Yeah, we'll just share the stream for the Discord. G-Rabbit will be the first to set a lap. Glitch Boss tucked in behind Gadget there, but they on a good lap as well. I do see G-Rabbit's using the low line for his actual lap, so he's looking to get a bit of extra rotation on the bottom of the track where the curb is. So first time 1:14.5 by G-Rabbit. It's a very fast time, I think. He was very close. But as you see, Cartman somewhere back down the field has done 1:13.9. Doesn't look like it's too close to the end for drivers ahead of him, so that looked like a lap in clean air as well. So yeah, very good lap for Cartman. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. After losing out in the championship last week to G Rabbits, of course wasn't able to make the race, unfortunately. Yeah, that meant G Rabbit was our champion before the race even started. But of course won the race, and I think that must be his 4th win of the season. He just got there last round. So yeah, very good going. Luco has got quite close to Cartman, again out by himself, so it doesn't look like slipstream's as important as I would have thought, because this train with Flav and Gadget and H-Boss Habano there just behind as well. Although Cartman's overtaken a few cars there, this could be a good improvement for Cartman. Does improve, goes a 1:13.6. I'm just looked on board to see the moderate chaos just up ahead of us here. Penalty there just picked up for Cartman, so Lens, one of our fastest PlayStation VR drivers there, is now into P2, so a very good lap there for Lens. I think the drivers may be thinking about pitting, possibly. The tyre wear at this stage is affecting the lap time for the guys. So yeah, Lucas set his lap in some fairly clean air. I see Lance and Cartman did get their fastest laps with the wee help of slipstream. McLaren does look quite good in the straights. G Rabbit, of course, has the racing sauce on, so see how he can fare coming around to do an overflying lap. Of course, the car I'd normally use is the Ferrari, so I would quite like to see the Ferrari do quite well here. Such a high-speed track. This tyre is getting used up quite a bit on the Ferrari. Slight improvement, but we'll be looking for quite a major improvement to get right up at the front of the field. Flav as well in the Ferrari just ahead of G Rabbit. H-Boss getting a bit sideways there in the 4-wheel drive Lamborghini. G Rabbit doesn't opt to use the high line, sort of cuts across the middle of the corner as you normally would. See how he manages this last corner. Again, going low to try and get some extra rotation with the concrete at the bottom of the circuit. When I had a short go myself, I did think that would be the faster way to go. Of course, the lap times I was setting weren't quite as close to G Rabbit and Nico. G Rabbit goes up in the 5th place with that time. A lot of these drivers still on moderately worn tyres. So yeah, Gadget gets on this lap in this Ferrari, so yeah, how high you can get up the leaderboard. I believe there was some BOP updates as well recently to Group 4, so that may shake up the grid a bit. But a lot of the times quite close. Between 3rd and 7th place, but yeah, the two McLarens up front that are now running Langstern, they look to be the faster car for this combination at least. Cartman again quite close to his fastest lap. And sitting in a good position in the slipstream behind Cartman. Depending on whether he started this lap behind or in front of Cartman, he might be able to jump in the first place, depending on how he's able to use the slipstream. Let's see if Cartman will be able to make an improvement as well. Well, Lenz goes on the provisional pole, so that's a good helping from the GTKR teammates. Of course, that team's championship's still on this week, and if the Ukrainian drivers were to finish 1-2, it would give them a good chance to get a good position in that one. Yeah, 1.59, they won't be able to improve their lap time this time around. Gadget doesn't look like he's on a good lap. Rabbit might get a bit of extra speed in the slipstream coming on the start of his lap. Oh gosh! That a wee bit of confusion there. Fortunately, G-Rabbit went quite late to move on Gadget, and when he went, Gadget moved at the same time, so slight collision. Doesn't look intentional at all, but they'll be able to get the cars repaired and back out, set another lap. Still plenty of time left. Is that Lucas made an improvement? He's in the 113s. Just set a 1:13.9. Second lap out of the pits as well, so the tyres are a wee bit worn, but still able to set a good time for Luca. Improving again, I think it was for that sector as well. Didn't see how much by, but yeah, currently sitting in the third spot there. I think the Vipers got off the race start as well. So yeah, not looking too good for the Ferraris versus the McLarens. Although I do see actually Cartman's in a Ferrari, not a McLaren. My mistake. Yeah, I forgot he changed that for this season. Len seems to have picked up some damage. So as those drivers peel into the pits, unfortunately G-Rabbit's going to have to serve a penalty there. So yeah, we'll have a wee look at Ivano, see how he gets on. Looks like he has some fresh tyres. Seems to have his indicator on at the minute. It's amazing how often this happens in this series. I don't ever see it in the Sundays or the Tuesday series, but on Thursdays there's always usually the likes of Ivano or possibly Gadget from occasion have the indicator on there. But yeah, it doesn't look like Ivano's going to be improving this lap. Gadget starts his flying lap, he'll be looking to get higher up the leaderboard. As he comes into that corner quite narrow, a lot of the drivers taking a much wider entry. Car probably feels a bit more stable when turning less aggressively. Unfortunately, had a wee bit of traffic on the exit there, so that should slow him up. Still improving though for Cartman, or for Gadget. Cartman was the driver that was just on the exit there, but for Gadget, yeah, still slight improvement. I don't think it'll be enough to get towards Ivano, but he'll still have another lap after this one with fairly good car condition. Let's improve, send a wee bit sideways in the turn one there. Yeah, I think This is G Rabbit on possibly one of his last attempts at a flying lap to try and get towards the two Ukrainian drivers near the front of the field. Slight improvement again. He'll be wanting a bit more from his Ferrari. He is purple for the second sector, so he must have got the line right there for the chicanes. We'll see if he's managed to get that high line, sort of long sweeping corner right, and I imagine he'll go back down to the bottom of the track to try and use the curbstone to turn the car a bit better. Launches the Ferrari down the straights. Should be an improvement. Will it be pole position? Doesn't look to be. It's good enough for 4th place at the minute. As we see Lenz and Cartman, I think they're just going for their fastest lap attempts now, see if they can secure the laps they put in. Of course the cars are a bit lighter at this stage, so that will always help with the speed. Although yeah, as you see, Cartman is a second down there. It's a little bit more disjointed in terms of the cars being lined up, so I'm not able to help each other with slipstream. This would be the first pole position for a VR driver. If Lenz manages to keep himself protected from others. As I think these will be the last laps for these guys. Just have a look if G Rabbit's able to. It does seem like a long way for him to try and get those laps done. But yeah, Lenz could have gone for improvement. I see G Rabbit didn't improve as his time didn't come up. Doesn't improve his lap. I don't think Cartman had the pace there. How's Luca going to do? Looks good. 1:13. He does improve, but only by the slimmest of margins. So Lenz, congratulations, pole position. The first VR driver to get the pole position, fastest lap, or a race win. So yeah, that's one milestone achieved. So yeah, congratulations. Obviously, I believe it makes it a bit more challenging, and especially with the camber around the circuit. In VR, it can be quite challenging. I think something interesting with the gyro, it seems to take effect when you go through the camber corners in this game. So yeah, I find that can make things a bit unusual. But yeah, still able to put it in pole position in McLaren. So that ends qualifying. Still not sure if my co-commentator's going to be able to join me for the start. Haven't heard any word yet, but yeah, a 90-minute race. It would be appreciated when he backs me up whenever he's able to join. But yeah, we should get the race start underway in maybe 5 minutes or so. So yeah. And yeah, it seems Kamari's joining Jason in tier 1. But yeah, first pole position for Lenz. Cartman's P2 in the Ferrari, not too far behind. Of course, gave Lenz that good slipstream. Both drivers set their fastest laps on that lap, so yeah, good results for GT UKR in terms of that. Luke was maybe about half a second behind in the Viper. G Rabbit and his Ferrari is in 4th place. Then there's the Huracan of Boss, not too far behind G. Flav in the Ferrari as well, 1:14.4 in 6th place. Then Ivano with 1:14.4, and Gadget rounds off the grid there with 1:15. Does seem a bit off the pace at the back there for Gadget, but the rest of the drivers seem quite close. I think it's the benefits of the slipstream might have helped. Uh, the GT drivers are quite far ahead there. Because if you look from third place down to ninth place, it's only 3 tenths, which is nothing. But yeah, um, yeah, exciting stuff going into this one. Um, our season champion starting in fourth position. He's not been used to that much this season. He's picked up a lot of pole positions, which is to the strength. You know, his outright pace has been just the best, and he's used that. Maybe his tire wear has been a bit worse at times, but his overall pace has just been that extra bit more, which has secured him at this season. But only good enough for P4 in qualifying, which is a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I'm sure he'll probably be focused on next season. As he's already rounded off this one. Good to see Luco back up there. In third with the Viper, a car that Senna's driving as well. Not one I've driven in this class, but it does appear up there, so it does seem to be quite a good car. So yeah, just 1 minute to go until the race starts. So yeah, a bit overcast, but a dry start. Lenz and the McLaren and Cartman and Ferrari on the front row. We'll see if the Viper Lamborghini can do well off the start as well. But the fiver lights are there, about to go out. And we're underway for the last time this season. Lenz gets a good start there. A bit tardy for Senna at the back. Cartman very close to Lenz going into turn one. See as they spread out a bit more in mid-pack. 3 wide. The battle for third place there into the first corner. For third place there. H-Boss looks like he's lining up a move on G-Rabbit. Not quite able to get done. See, the two Vipers didn't seem to have the best of starts. Lamborghinis both had very good starts in that one. Looks like H-Boss got a bit checked up there, so it's falling a bit further back to Luco. Of course, down this long straight, Cartman's still in that that vital slipstream behind Lenz. Close battle there for P4. Vano and Blue getting quite close into the first corner. Senna's picked up a penalty. No damage, but slight penalty. It looks like Vano's picked up some damage though. Just turned away from that. I understand he was quite close to H-Boss, so maybe got it a bit wrong when they went for the twisty corners. Can't imagine it was side by side at that stage. G-Rabbit's just been overtaken by the GT the drag-off racing. Yellow and white of H-Boss past G-Rabbit there. So yeah, we have a GT leading 1-2. Drag-off scooter yellow and white would be well, I don't think that's part of their name. I think that's another team name that had that in there. But they'll not battling for the championship win. But them being there does give GTKR a chance to get first position if they're able to stay ahead of the fast charging G Rabbit. And Team Motion Blur Orange, third in the championship, mired back in 6th and 7th place. Would have had a chance of getting second, but yeah, with GT UKR being 1-2, I think these guys look to have the advantage at the minute. Ben's doing very well to keep a good distance to Cartman, which is quite impressive. And yeah, could we be seeing our first PSVR2 victory? I was myself hoping I could try and do it, but it looks like Lens might be in for a shout before I even get the chance. But yeah. 1 second now to gap back to Cartman, so almost outside of the slipstream range. Not sure what's happened to G Rabbit here. Luco and H-Boss are about 4 seconds to the good from the finish driver here, so he's sort of fallen back towards the other two Ferraris and Blade and Gadgets. It's all struggling with a bit of understeer, seem to have gone with the same tyre strategy, these three. And I will say their cars do look a bit lazy when it comes to the turn-in. Yeah, tons of understeer for these drivers, just with that split tyre choice. Will be a lot more durable. Pit stop around here is about 20 to 25 seconds. The other two teams up ahead just going with a sort of more regular tyre strategy for that one. So yeah, very coordinated, but as we see, Cartman's had a bit of an issue. I don't know how he didn't pick up damage there. It seemed, yeah, he must have been going through that first corner. Right on the limit, loses a chunk of time. So that means Lens now has a 5-second advantage over second place man H-Boss now. I don't believe H-Boss has gotten a podium before, so he's in a very good position early on in this race. Yeah, we'll just pass the first 5 minutes. Now Cartman's got himself composed. He's just in the back of the battle for P3 between Team Dragoth Yellow's lead driver and Luco. H-Boss has just run a wee bit wide there. Luco manages to move ahead of his sister team driver there. So the three Ferraris opting to go for that split tyre choice. Looks like they're coming a bit more into it. the durability is starting to come free against the wear rate of these front runners. It does take a bit of time to get up to speed as well, so it's not a track you want to be hitting at often. But it's been a fast start, especially for Lens. Now 7 seconds to the good, and just look at those lap times. Just 2/10 just slowing down each lap. Just very, very consistent. So yeah, see how far he can go on the set of tyres. He is the informed driver at this present time around high speed ring. These good four cars seem to take an age to put the bar down around that corner, especially when the tyres are so worn for these drivers. Good evening, Lil Power.
Good evening, everyone.
I'll fill you in a bit, but I got the timings wrong. So we're 10 minutes into the race.
Oh wow.
But yeah, still glad for you to join me.
Yeah, better late than never.
Yeah, was the weather nice on your way home?
Well, it was already a hurry, and now with this news, could be said that it is somewhat disappointing to hear that.
It's okay though. There is some exciting things that have happened. At the minute, as you join me, Lens is leading by a good 6 seconds or so. He picked up pole position, so that's the first PlayStation 2 VR pole. Yeah, he's looking quite strong because Cartman seemed to have a wee almost crash. Got completely out of control, so it was a crash, but somehow didn't damage the car. So we've got a freeway slipstream battle for third place between H-Bus and Luco, and Cartman just kind of been swapping positions. And then we've got 3 Ferraris about 10 seconds or so behind them, G-Rabbit, Flav and Gadget. We're going for a split tyre strategy. So yeah, but we should be getting the pit stops in. So yeah, if you're able to get into the lobby, you can catch us for the first set of pit stops. So still plenty of things to happen. As H-Boss does seem to be gaining on Lens now.
Yes, I have currently a visual on this battle for second place. But those tires are already looking quite shocking.
Yeah, that's what might get interesting quite soon, because as we have a look back, the likes of G-Rabbit, Flav and Gadget have gone with a front racing hard tyre, so they're good to go for a little while. And it's these 4 at the front that it looks like they'll need to pit any moment, to be honest.
Although Luco is on the medium tire, so he could probably stretch it a little longer.
Yeah, in terms of strategy, he's well spotted. He's in the prime position. All the drivers electing to stay out. They'll be running on rims in a lap or two.
But probably due to... Oh, there's a yellow flag.
Yeah,
it is Ivana who has spun out in the first corner. Being stuck on the apex, now gets going again. But probably a scary moment for him. Also picking up some damage to his front and rear bumper, as well as a 3-second penalty for wall collision.
Just that insult to injury.
Yeah.
Luca's managed to pick up a 3-second penalty as well. No damage for Luco though, so that'll work against him here. We've now closed the gap down to Lens at the front to 4.5 seconds, so Drivers.
He would be smart in pitting, I think, because he lost the slipstream now anyway. So by pitting now,
yeah.
he would neglect that thing. H-Boss is coming in, so is Cartman, so won't really matter all that much then, and Luca decides to stay out.
Interesting, and G-Rabbit's quite close to Luco now, so although Luco is definitely the driver in the best position, it looks like G-Rabbit's coming back into this now. It'll be interesting to see how it goes with the strategy, because Lenz does have quite a big gap there. He's about 10 seconds ahead of these drivers, so yeah, he may have to pit more often, but he is a good bit further down the road at this moment. 23 seconds is the pit loss around here, so yeah, that's just what the drivers are playing against, but it takes a bit to get up to speed at this circuit, I think. So even though it's only 23 seconds, you might lose a bit more just getting up to speed in the Group 4 cars. Pit loss for Group 4 cars is always a bit more, just as that they have to get up to speed, because Group 1 cars can get up to their optimal speeds and almost immediately. So yeah, often we opt to pit more in the higher classes. But pitting less is usually the way to go. So Lenz in for his pit stop. Very consistent lap times, but after 10 laps, nearing 15 minutes, he's going to get some fresh tyres. So Luco's now inherits the lead. G-Rabbit about 4 seconds in catching. Leo doing very well on a similar strategy to our season champion. He's only 3 seconds behind. And yeah, Gadget had a couple of instances with getting damage, so yeah, that's why he's moved back in 7th place there. I think Senna also had a incident earlier in the race. Yeah, lap 6 seems to be a bit slow, so yeah, those two drivers battling it out for 7th place, just a second apart. So plenty of battles is to be expected around this track, to be honest.
Interestingly though, Lenz stayed out I think a lap longer than H-Boss and Cartman. And look how much the gap has shrunk. It's down to under 2 seconds, well just 2 seconds now, between Lenz and H-Boss. That was bigger before they entered the pits, I'm sure of that.
At least 4 seconds, so yeah, they've taken at least 2 seconds out of Lenz there, and they're also line the sterns, so they might be able to push each other to get closer to the leader. Although I'm not sure where Cartman's best interests are there. Probably just like to get ahead of H-Boss.
He likes to get a fastest lap, that's what he wants.
Yeah. Lenz at 1:14, I think, 0.2. And he was in Cartman's slipstream getting that pole position, so that helped him out a good bit there. But yeah, quite an impressive feat to achieve with the VR to get a pole position, and he looks well in the fight for the race win so far this evening as well. So it could be a few firsts if Lenz is able to get to the flag first. But yeah, Cartman and H-Boss would probably like to keep him honest. Liv and G-Rabbit just ahead. They don't want to be pitting as often, so yeah, we'll see if their strategy works for them, if it brings them back into a fight later on. Looks good now because they're ahead, but I just think unless they're able to double the stint of the likes of Cartman, H-Boss and Lenz, that they won't be able to get the jump on them. Because Lenz is right on the back of Liv, who's not that far behind G-Rabbit now. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, H-Boss with a big slide into turn number 1 and losing him valuable tenths of a second. Already up to 1.3 seconds, the gap to Cartman. And that might have lost him the slipstream and thus a chance to catch up with Lenz in particular, because he is currently leader when it comes down to the pit stops.
Yeah, he's just gotten past Flav as well on the outside of the chicane at the exit. Cartman now right on the back of Flav, so yeah, the alternative strategy, they're getting overtaken already. So yeah, and they still have to pit, so doesn't look like it's working so far, but yeah, Cartman's a second behind Lance, so he must have gained a good 2/3 of that second in the last lap, because yeah, he's almost within slipstream. Of course, Lance stayed out for that extra lap, so he should be able to go a bit deeper into this tyre stint, but yeah.
Yeah, Cartman being 6 tenths fast on that last lap. Probably Lance got held up somewhat trying to to overtake Flav. Lance going now also purple to the first sector without a big benefit of slipstream. He is catching up to J Rabbit though, so he might get some slipstream going across the bridge. That will further improve his chances of getting that fastest lap, 2 tenths purple currently. And he opts to stay behind. No, he goes for an up and under and goes past J Rabbit. So Lance now back into the lead of this race.
Yeah, I did see that in qualifying. J Rabbit quite liked to use the medium line at that corner, whereas the other drivers use the high line, so I expected that to happen, but Len's obviously a bit short-sighted on the exit there. Almost ran into the back of J Rabbit, but clean pass. And yeah, Cartman's turn to get past J Rabbit next.
And interestingly though, that Lens was 2 tenths purple going into the final sector, but only improved by just under a tenth on his personal best lap time. So that shows you how big the slipstream effect is going into the third sector, or to the third sector in general. That you must have the slipstream, or else you're just not competing for a fastest lap attempt.
Yeah, it's very powerful around this circuit, especially with the dirty air not being so bad in the Group 4 cars. I think Ayrton Senna's just coming out of the pit lane, down there in 8th place on the medium tyres. He'll be in a battle with Gadgets, I imagine, for that 7th place. So still good points even for the drivers towards the back of the field. I can see Lico's his strategy doesn't seem to have worked that well. It's a wee bit behind these drivers. And G-Rabbit comes in for his first pit stop, so looks like a neat 1-2 stop. Actually, no, this is a 90-minute race, so...
yeah, I figured that. But yeah. Flav is staying out, so Flav might push it to a definite 2-stopper.
Well, it won't be 2 stops over 90 minutes, maybe 3 stop possibly for Flav if he can. But yeah, I think G-Rabbit might have caught himself a bit in the middle of strategies there if he's pitting at 20 minutes.
Well, he could go hard, medium.
He has gone for the mediums coming out there, so yeah, it does look to be...
Also, their fuel load is much less now than at the start of the race.
Well, at the minute I think Lance is looking to pit on average every 15 minutes. He pitted at 14 minutes there. I think Cartman might have to pit an extra time more than that, because yeah...
his tyre wear is much worse.
It's just, yeah, he did he pitted a lap earlier, and when they did pit, Lens just had a smidgen better tyre wear. So yeah, Cartman does look like he's able to drive faster than Lens though at this stage of the race, as he's closing down the gap. Very similar fuel levels.
But also, Cartman is in slipstream, so that benefits him in his lap times. I think the McLaren is just way better on its tires than the Ferrari, and it shows you in the tire wear So indeed, if Lance is going for a pit stop every 15 minutes, Cartman will have to put in some work to be able to stay with Lance for that time. If his tire wear is so much worse, he is in the slipstream, so that helps his lap time in catching up back to Lance. But through the corners, Lance will definitely have the better tires and speed than Cartman will have. So it's an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, I do find the grip falls off significantly once you get below that 25%, and Cartman's just gone below that in the front left. So yeah, I think Lance might start pulling away if he's got that extra tire grip.
And Flav still staying out. Luco really getting a run on him through the tunnel. Is Luco going for a move? It definitely looks like it. Then up the inside Luco goes into turn 3, that would be. And up to 4th place now.
I think it's turn 4.
Is it?
I think that 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know my corners. I was like, how can you count 4 in those 3 corners, which are definitely 3? I mean, if you are going up to like turn 10 or something like that, yeah, I can imagine that you might have miscounted a corner or 2.
They're so long, these corners.
Yeah. Well, I would be curious to know how much of the lap is going full throttle. I think it has to be in the 90%.
Yeah, definitely. 95 plus.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm riding on board with J Rabbit, there's a small dab on the brakes into turn number 1. 1 gear down, then immediately back to full power. Then running turn 2, still full. Turn 3, down 3 gears. Not going full there, he goes full again. Stays in 3rd gear for turn number 5. Or 4. I don't know. And then back to full power, and then only for the final braking zone is already a small dab on the brakes. 1 gear down, and then it's back to full power again. And that's for nearly half a minute long.
But yeah, still plenty of fuel for the drivers. I don't even think they'll need to refuel. Not sure if the fuel saving doesn't look like it. So yeah, these Grip 4 cars usually don't have the issue with having to refuel. Still need plenty of tyres though, and Cartman's just used up his front left there, so might be coming into a pit soon. Lance
if they would play the team game, they would both go in this lap.
Yeah, so one of them can keep the slipstream, but I don't think Lance needs to, and
well, he's on the edge of going full red on his tire, but he has already created some gap to Cartman, so it is even debatable if Cartman has the slipstream effect.
I think both drivers definitely have reason to win this one. Cartman, probably hoped he would have challenged a bit better for a championship this season, and getting a win in the last race would be a good sign for that. But yeah, when he comes out of the pits, does another lap, he'll have the undercut, should be in front of Lance, and I don't know if Lance is going for 1, maybe 2 more laps. It's what he'd have to do to get the result from here. Because I think once Lance comes out of the pit lane, he'll be behind Cartman, just with that undercut.
One thing to note is that J Rabbit with only done 1 pit stop and Cartman done 2. He's not that far behind.
Yeah, at 3 seconds.
Of course, J-Rabbit's tires are not as good as Cartman's tires, and he has come out on the softs again, so there will be a gap created in the next couple of laps, but given that J-Rabbit was on the hards at start and then switched to mediums, and also not at all unimportant to forget, Cartman was almost for the whole time in slipstream.
Correct. Lance has just come into pits there. I think he has. I think this will just be similar strategies then for the two Ukrainian drivers. Lance should still be in Cartman's slipstream, but it's really hard to tell how this is going to line up for the guys. This is big for the team's championship as well. G-Rabbit is in third place there. His Team Ocean Blur Yellow does have a good, I don't know, 80 points advantage over GTKR in second place. But yeah, if Cartman and Lance are looking to get a 1-2 possibly here, then yeah, G-Rabbit will need to get third place to make sure his team still wins the championship. So yeah, plenty for G-Rabbit still to fight for, even if it's not for a race win. But yes, I imagine the more frequent stoppers are going to win out here. Lico does seem to be on a good strategy. Seems to be inheriting the race lead quite often.
Well, yeah, you say that, but when he pitted, he dropped down to like P6 or something.
Yeah, and with Gadget and Senna being off the pace a bit, yeah. It's effectively last of the competition for the lead.
Yeah, like, I think I'm gonna make a bold prediction now. I'm thinking J-Rabbit will be third at the end of this race.
Would be good results.
I'm thinking less pit stops will work out for him.
I think I don't know if this team in tier 2 possibly. I think it's GTO, I'm not too sure. But yeah, if G-Rabbit's able to get third and GTO possibly won the other race, they might still win the team's championship, so that could be big if G-Rabbit can pull that off. But,
well, I can quickly take a sneak peek at how tier 2 is going. It is Zulu in first place, then Mark GT in second, Ricey in third, GTO in fourth, and Emba in fifth place.
Fourth could still be good, but yeah, GTO, I think if he wins that race, he definitely could secure that if G-Rabbits will be able to get third place. Now we have Lens in the slipstream behind Cartman, and it seems a similar story. Within the seconds, but not quite overtaking. At least see Cartman has a wee bit more fuel, so that might come into play later. But yeah, I think this might have swung around a bit more towards Cartman now that they're on similar strategies. I thought Lens was able to do a bit more of his tires there, but Cartman seems to have figured that out himself. So yeah, he's definitely in the fight for the lead again.
Definitely, yeah.
Did have an incident earlier where he lost a chunk of time, maybe 10 seconds or so, coming into the first corner a bit too hot. Ended up at the bottom of the track. Somehow didn't pick up damage, but yeah, if he didn't have that, he'd be a wee bit further down the road. Yeah, Hitchboss is 7 seconds behind G-Rabbit. Looks like he has a good bit more tires, so yeah, I think Hitchboss or Lico is, depending on which strategy's better, should be the ones fighting with G-Rabbit for that third position.
Cartman is the first person this race to go sub 1 minute 14. and setting a new fastest lap of the race.
Unfortunately, as you joined the lobby late, there has been some fastest laps that were set earlier. At the minute, Lenz holds it with 1:13.7, which he set on his first stint with a bit of slipstream and, you know, youthful tyres. So yeah.
I don't see that, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole screen is messed up. Like, also the lap time counter on the right, I can only see like the 3 last laps. Even better, I don't see the timer how long the race still has to go. I see on the top of my screen lap 26, but on the lap counter on the right I see lap 19.
It is lap 26.
Yeah, but because I joined late,
Yeah.
it counts 19 laps as of yet.
Yeah, 7 laps late.
Yeah, and I don't know what else is all messed up, but it's definitely not all right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Not that I could have made it any earlier, but yeah.
You have it probably in the pit in the next 5 minutes. 35 minutes feels like a round number. But he seems, I think he'll do the slap in one more. Yeah, he's not.
Well, if he does 30, well, if he makes it to 35 minutes, so pits either this lap or if he pits this lap, he could pull off another hard medium and then maybe the final medium to the end.
Yeah.
Could he last, or maybe a hard? Because can he last 20 minutes on a?
I think that's where HBoss might catch him, because if he goes on the hards, I'm pretty sure HBoss is okay driving mediums. So, and he seems he can go a bit further. So yeah, that might play more in the HBoss's hands if he's going on hards. But I think he'll go on mediums, and then it'll just be a race between him and HBoss. Sort of staggered with their pit stops for this. What do you think HBoss will get? I don't think he's got a podium before in Tier 1, I'm not sure.
And also we missed something very spectacular. A change for the lead.
Oh yeah, okay. I looked at that and thought it was the stint earlier, you're right. Lenz has gotten ahead of Cartman.
Yeah, going into turn number 1, there was no fight from Cartman. I think there were some possible team orders or something like that at play.
Possibly. Might be in his best interest to have a bit more fuel. Well, it doesn't make, I think at 35 minutes. Yeah, I think we will need a wee bit of fuel. It's 1 or 2%. He might be able to save himself in the slipstream.
Yeah.
But the tyre wear looks a lot more similar now. Obviously the rears are worn a bit more for Cartman, but it's the front left where the real sort of tyre wear is. I don't think that rear tyre wear should be an issue. Although somehow he seems to make it almost level.
Lenz going purple in sector number 1. And J Rabbit into the pit lane. Woohoo. It's all kicking off now.
There's quite a lot of different strategies in terms of the tyre wear. Half the field went for different tyre choice at the start, and it seems those grips were going different lengths in the tyres, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out with the pit stops. HBoss, he can probably give you about 45 minutes, I reckon.
I wonder, because Gadget has pitted now for new tires, but Senna hasn't yet.
Yeah,
It would be interesting to see where they would end up.
I think the pit loss is 23 seconds or so maybe about 5 seconds, I think, whenever if Senna pits. And,
yeah, but they were really close to each other, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Kind of almost tied to each other, but I think Gadget with the Ferrari should be able to get the best of Senna if he can keep it clean.
That's interesting. Lenz's front left tire is in worse shape than Cartman's, but Cartman's rear left tire is in worse shape than Lenz's.
Yeah, he's somehow managed to get the tire wear even. The thing with the rear tires is the front tires will make you pit. The rear tire, it's not going to get to a point where it makes him pit. So yeah, I think it's really only the front tire that matters out of those two. But yeah, that is quite important for Cartman. So we'll test this theory. Because yeah, if my theory is right, Cartman should have an advantage as the stints go on, because he's able to keep his tyres doing this. I think there was a possibility of rain for this race as well. I think the cycle's every 40 minutes or so it doesn't seem we'll be getting rain at this part, but yeah, possibly closer to the end. But yeah, no signs of clouds.
Yeah, just make it spice it up a little bit more. Just maybe make a little drizzle happening.
So H-Boss flashing his lights once Gadget to get out of the way. Finally gets Gadget lapped. Of course, he will be pitting. So yeah, that'll let Gadget unlap himself against H-Boss, but yeah, not his best race so far. Can still come into it closer to the end, as he's done in the past. Cartman looks like he might be close to making a move on overtaking Lenz if he wants. As you say, he seemed to get out of the way a bit for him when the overtake was done earlier. Maybe that McLaren has a wee bit more straight line speed, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll see. He's just going to stay in line. Seems happy to just manage his car behind Lenz there. Lenz just running out of that front left. And in that moment, Cartman gets very close to the rear bumper. Cartman seemed like he almost set him up with two fake moves there. I'm sure that was quite confusing if you've seen that in his rear mirror. I definitely think Cartman's the one with the pace out of these two drivers. Len's just trying to keep him behind until his tyre front left goes as well.
Well, I found it interesting because if you remember, the previous stint, Cartman had the worst tyre wear. He went in a lap went in a lap earlier than Lenz did, and now they've come out, and Lenz has now worse tyre wear than Cartman.
And the first stint as well, Lenz looked like he had better tyre wear. They're both coming in? No, they're not. Thought they were both coming into pits there. Cartman around the outside in turn one takes the lead.
What an amazing move by Cartman, so daring. I thought that Lance would not give him any space, especially seeing that they are teammates.
That's the kind of thing in a race like this, so that I think even if they weren't teammates, you know, if you let the guy go in front,
Yeah.
still have a good bit of slipstream. Cartman's front left is near the end of its life, though. I think Lance will.
Lance has already passed his sell-by date.
I think if Cartman went for another lap, though, his rear left would start to trouble him.
You think?
Yeah. In fact, after the first stint, I wouldn't be surprised if Cartman put his brake balance fully to the rear. Because
Cartman is pitting.
Yeah.
And Lance is doing it as well. And Cartman with 2% extra fuel.
Gadget and H-Boss still battling. And Senna's now in this battle, and you're right, he's right in the back of Gadget. Tyre's a bit fresher. Will H-Boss be able to doesn't get close to the front two there. I'm not sure where the pit line is, but I'm pretty sure I've seen Cartman cut it, but it must be a different line than what I'm thinking.
H-Boss definitely, yeah, there it goes. Half-second penalty for track limits on the exit of turn number 1.
And runs deep into the corner just out of the tunnel.
His tire is absolutely shot. He should have pitted last lap, but instead he opted to stay out, and now Luco will be very close for taking that final spot on the podium as it stands currently.
Two battles going on at the minute with Gadget and Senna battling for 7th place, while H-Boss on the same piece of track battling with Luco. So quite a bit of entertainment in 2 separate laps there.
Yeah.
H-Boss is go appealing
also
to
all a bit the same color scheme, red and orange.
Yeah, 2 different types of red liveries and 1 orange car. So yeah, Cartman leads, now with Lance in 2nd place. As he came out the best of the last stint. I'd say the first 2 stints, Lance won seemingly to me, but yeah, that 3rd stint, Cartman definitely won that, and we'll see how they go this stint. Slipstream definitely helps. I think allowed Cartman to go a bit easier on his tyres that last stint, so see if he's able to recreate that while he's light leading. G-Rabbit quietly plodding away is about 15 seconds behind Luco. Luco's coming into pits just now. I'll get G-Rabbit back up in the 3rd place. It does look like with H-Boss having those issues, he's maybe a bit further behind G-Rabbit than he'd like to be. Although look at the tyre choice there, G-Rabbit has decided to go with the racing hards. So yeah, I think that almost plays more into G-Rabbit's hands, because he does still have a 7-second gap or so back to H-Boss. Luco's just out ahead of H-Boss, but H-Boss might try and get him back as they go towards the tunnel, with drivers on similar tyre life. Will H-Boss go for the overtake? Thinks better of it. Of course, these drivers aren't teammates, 2 separate sister teams, Dragao Yellow and Dragao White. beside each other in the championship as well. So yeah, that could be a deciding overtake as well, depending how the rest of the race goes. Lenz and Cartman going in turn 1 side by side. Lenz gets the lead back again off his teammate.
It is like the two teammates in first and second place trading places, and it will probably come down to the last 5 laps, maybe, if they keep it the same level as they are doing right now. But like, then you have J Rabbit currently in 3rd place with Luco 6 seconds behind, and H was very close behind, so there could be a 3-way battle for 3rd place. Then we have Flav in 6th place, but he is a little bit out of sync with the 3 guys in front of him. He pitted a little bit earlier. And then you have Senna and Gadget, who are not really in a position to fight with anyone in front of them, but are desperately fighting with each other.
Yeah. Everyone has some company apart from Flav and G-Rabbit. G-Rabbit's losing by a second a lap against Luco with H-Boss in the slipstream. It's racing hard, so it's not just the tyre wear, which probably shouldn't be taking effect just yet, but it's just the tyre choice that's losing him that time.
Just a grip.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
H-Balls now up to 4th place.
That looked like it was going to get a bit close.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that, but
will Luco go for the overtaking to the 3rd corner?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's playing the long game. You should play the long game. There's no point in going for audacious moves now.
Going into this lap on G-Rabbit now maybe half a second, so this is slowing them down in their pursuit of the flying pin.
Luco seemed to have gotten himself a good launch out of the penultimate corner. And now is right up the gearbox of H-Boss. And with the slipstream effect, he might make a move on the inside, or does he switch to the outside? Or does he stay behind? That's also
yeah, he lifted
up.
So it's just he's letting H-Boss guide him around the track at this stage of the stint. Though I think H-Boss's tyre wear is going to slow him down before it affects Luco, because yeah, the 4-wheel drive is a bit harder on the tyres.
Everybody's wide out of turn 3. Will that give Luco a cutback option? He does go for it, and now going into the final braking zone of the lap, it is Luco versus H-Boss, and Luco with the outside line takes the place. H-Boss concedes 4th place for now and slots back into 5th place behind Luco.
Gap between Cartman and Lenz now 1 second ahead, so at least on pace it looks like Lenz is winning this stint so far. But yeah, look at the tyre wear. I'm sure Cartman will come back at Lenz before they get to the end of the stint. Yeah, I'm not too sure what Lenz has started doing to wear his front left so much, or maybe what Cartman's been doing right to wear it out so little. But yeah, it is definitely what's keeping Cartman in the fight with the McLaren.
And also in 2 laps time, J Rabbit will have some company, as Boss and Luca are taking a second to 1.5 seconds every lap out of the distance between them and J Rabbit.
See how wide the entry It is for Luco into the corner under the bridge. Yeah, you could kind of flip a coin between who's going to win this one. This battle for P3. It's either going to be G Rabbit or H Boss and Luco, depending on which strategy is better. Flav looks, unless someone has an instant up ahead, 6th place looks like the position for him in this one. And then Senna and Gadget there, just battling for 7th place. But battling very hard though. Every time I look at them, they're just together on track. Luco go for a move before they catch up to G Rabbit, or will he just stay behind, wait for H Bus to make the move first? I think H-Bus definitely will lead us across the line and get ahead of G-Rabbit. We'll see if Luca's able to do the same. Looks like H-Bus might have been able to create some space, overtaking G-Rabbit there. H-Bus. Felt like it was going to be able to go for the high line there, but doesn't quite make it. We'll have to run on Luco, or we'll have to run on G-Rabbit on the exit. Will Luco?
He might. Or he might wait till the back straight, or the main straight, even, to go for a move, and now he pulls out to the inside, and not really having an overspeed.
Yeah, Ferrari seems to have good straight line speed, which Luco isn't quite happy about, but he does get the higher grounds with the inside. Moves up to 4th place, and now he'll have to try and catch his sister team driver H-Boss as they battle for that strategy. We'll see if G-Rabbit comes into it later. It seems like he's able to go a bit longer on his tyres. So yeah, it's again still quite hard to tell who's best placed out of these drivers. I think it'll be H-Boss or Luco though at this stage.
Yeah.
Cartman's right in the back of Lens again.
J-Rabbit has come out of the pits now.
Lens might be coming into the pits. Cartman stays out. Oh, they both stay out? Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Cartman's tires are still doing fine, and if he's in front, then he can tow Lance along.
I do think they're having a race, it's just the slipstream's keeping them together, so they have to just make like chess decisions.
Yeah.
Unless one of them has an incident in the middle of this. But yeah, it seems to be keeping it nice and controlled so far.
Yes, they do.
Lico's gotten past H-Boss. Which I'm not too surprised at with the tyres. I thought the Viper was holding its tyres together better. Giro's deciding to go out and racing hards. Ooh. So yeah, I think he'll be good at racing mediums for the last 15 minutes or so, possibly. Because Lico and H-Boss may have to stop twice, especially if they stay on these mediums. I think Senna might win the battle between himself and Gadget. Or I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think Senna's going to have that battle.
Gadget has improved his personal best time to a 15.4. After he just came out of the pit lane.
Yeah,
and now just under 20 seconds behind Senna, so he will probably overtake Senna at his pit stop.
Cartman's staying out another lap, but Lance has to pit, so we'll have an undercut. Should be coming out ahead of Cartman whenever he pits, but
1.4 seconds. Let's remember that gap.
Yeah.
1.4 seconds at the... You should say at the first braking zone, because he needs to get up to speed.
I think this lap he'll be doing a 1:15.45, and Lance will probably be doing around the 1:13 pace, so should come out of the pits.
Yeah, already 1:13 pace without slipstream. I think low 1:14s, but 1:13s without slipstream.
I think Cartman's going to stay out for 2 laps as well.
That would significantly make the undercut more valuable. On the other hand, he gets much better tires.
I think from here, if he pits now, they'll have to pit once more. Yeah, he's going for that. I think I'll be very close at the pit exit, at least anyway. But yeah, Cartman's doing extremely well to keep his tires alive, which has been key for him in this one.
Interestingly, Luco has lost like 4 seconds to H-Boss. Probably due to a penalty of some sort, but...
Cartman's still ahead.
And Cartman with a penalty! 3 seconds for crossing the pit entry or pit exit line, I'm not sure which one of them.
And Lens gets around them as well. So, advantage Lens, that's going to drop Cartman out of the slipstream range, so he's going to have to work his car a bit harder. I don't know if he'll be able to save as much tyres this stint if he's got to close that gap. Still though,
like that's insane that a 1 lap undercut is 2 seconds without slipstream. And now Cartman serving that 3 seconds is gonna be an almighty task for him to catch back up. So now we will see true pace between the two of them, because there will be no slipstream involved.
Yeah, should be about 5 seconds behind Lens at least. I mean, what was that? It was 1 second, and by the time we get to turn 1, that's a horrible penalty spot. So it's right over 4 seconds, so it's not 3 seconds. It's past 6 seconds.
It's definitely on this track? Huh.
Because he was a second behind, and now he's 6 seconds behind, so that's at least 5-6 seconds that you lose. 7 seconds possibly by the time he gets to turn 1. So yeah, big loss there with the pit lane cut for Cartman. So yeah, this is put Lens in a good spot. Our PlayStation VR driver, looks the favourite at this stage. We'll see if Cartman can drive faster and close that gap, but I think it's going to be too much at this stage. If Lens just keeps it clean up front. They're quite far ahead of the battle for P3. G-Rabbit's just getting close to H-Boss.
But yeah. H-Boss has pitted. Luco hasn't pitted yet.
With that time loss, Luco, H-Boss is definitely going to be the best placed out of the two. I think they can get away with, I don't know, can H-Boss get to the end? 25 minutes? I'm not sure. Yeah, might have to pit again.
On mediums, it would be a big stretch. Luca would be smart in pitting for hards now. If he pits for hards, he can make it to the end. I think. The time loss on dead tires will definitely be better than the time loss in a pit stop.
G-Rabbit's been on his hard tires for 5 laps.
And he has gone for medium, so he's going for mediums till the end.
Should probably catch G-Rabbit if he doesn't have any more incidents. Ooh, Cartman looked a bit on the limit there. He's lost 5/10 to slap to Lens. Lens obviously used up a bit more tires there, but I still think the two drivers they'll only need to pit once between now and the end of the race. It's just whoever Lens will need to go on to mediums for his last stint. That's the only thing I can see to give Cartman a significant advantage in tires. Cartman, I think, will definitely only have one stop for soft tires left to go. I think in terms of the VR, this is a good situation to be in for Lens. There's no other cars on track to distract him, so he can just focus on what's up ahead of him, basically, the apexes, and looks like he's on course for 1:13.6 if he can get this last corner right. Look good, so yeah, he might be able to take a fast lap as well. Could be a PSVR 2 clean sweep if he picks that up as well. But yes, quite a bit of drama in the battle for the lead. I thought it would be between Cartman and G-Rabbit, to be honest, but G-Rabbit's strategy call might not have been the best. Tires has been his Achilles heel. Lens wasn't able to take the fastest lap away from Cartman. Just a tenth or so slower. But he's done that on pretty worn tires, so fair play. Pretty good lap for Lens. And that's G-Rabbit got past Luco. Gadget's 3 seconds ahead of Senna, who has a good bit more tyre life. And look, the battle for third place is fast approaching the back markers. Remember, H-Boss got caught up with Gadget for a good few laps earlier on in the race, trying to separate himself from that battle with Senna that they were having. I think if Lance does manage this, it should put him in the third in the championship. I think a points haul like this should get him up there, possibly second, because Cartman did miss a round or two, but I'm not too sure. I think Cartman only did 5 races if we count this one. It's taken about half a second out of Lenz on this lap, so he's starting to make gains, but I don't think it'll be enough at this pace, unless something happens. Perfect line for Lenz. Yeah, Cartman's not as neat through that corner. The extra tire grip's still helping him gain on his teammate there. Rabbit's back behind Lico. Rabbit might be able to go to the end on that set of tires, and unfortunately I think Lico and H-Boss will be able to do the same on the mediums. They've got a small penalty, so it should leave him about 10 seconds behind G-Rabbit, so don't think there's much chance of Leo catching G-Rabbit.
Cartman isn't making any inroads on Lenz though. Still 7.6 seconds away from one another.
Yeah, and I think Lenz is properly in the zone at the minute. I'm watching the lines, he's taking through some of the corners.
His tyre wear is much worse though.
Yeah, it is. I think
Leif has also got some damage on his right front.
This is where I'm thinking Lenz might have to go for mediums for his last stint. If he was able to make it to 15 minutes, I don't think it'd be an issue, but I don't think he will. And in that case, Cartman should be able to close him down significantly. But yeah, Cartman's tires are looking fine, so he'll definitely be able to stop in about 5 minutes time, go onto the softs and get down to closing that gap. But yeah, if Lenz does that, he might be doing a lap or two at the end of the race with no tyres, effectively. So yeah, he's quite the decision to make at his next pit stop. Is our race leader. Of course, he doesn't know the split back to Cartman either, unless Cartman's telling him. but yeah, it's a very close battle between the two. Lico's gains by 8 tenths in H-Boss that lap.
It's gonna be interesting if H-Boss and Lico can make it to the end. J-Rabbit also. It's gonna be such a difficult one. It is either go in maybe in 3 laps time and go to softs, that will definitely make it to the end, or gamble and stay out. But you have to decide quickly, because if you wait for like 6 laps or something, you have already lost the benefit of those fresh tires.
I think for G-Rabbit he's a bit harder on his tires. He could maybe make the softs last 12 minutes, so he could stay out quite long, but it'd then be about 10 seconds behind these front medium runners, and then yeah, I just don't see a way for G-Rabbit to get back into this fight for P3 in this one. But yeah, he is won the championship this season, so not so much point in fighting for that. But yeah, I'm sure he'd like a podium if he could get it. Luca's had quite a collection of podiums over the years, and then H-Boss, I think this might be his first or second possibly, if he was able to do it. But yeah, as Luca takes another second out of H-Boss that lap, I think Luca's definitely going to overtake H-Boss. Just whether he's able to keep it out of the barrier. So Lenz has lost half a second to Cartman. Tyre wear really taking effect on his McLaren now. He's staying out for a lap. If he can go to 2 laps, I think they can make the tyres last 15 minutes with the cars being quite a bit lighter. So yeah, I think he can still make it to soft tyres, which is the target for Lenz.
And Luca now really on the gearbox of H-Boss, or at least fully in the slipstream, that is, of H-Boss. I don't think he will have enough momentum to go for anything this lap. But definitely getting closer and closer. Actually, H-Boss is pulling away on the straight.
Yeah, I think that Viper has had difficulty overtaking in the turn 1 from what I've seen.
But he gets a good run through the turn 1 though.
Yeah.
Gaining 3/10.
I don't think Luca wants to make a move on his teammate into a corner we're just going through now, but that might be his best opportunity. His Lenz pits quite early too. It would be quite a risk if he goes on the soft tyres, but we will see what he comes out of the pits with. I think it'll be a struggle to make it to the end on soft tyres, but that is what Lenz has gone with. We will have a bit of an undercut on Cartman as well. Yeah, the last few laps, Cartman may be able to pick big chunks of time out of his teammate with the fresher tyre wear.
That's crazy. Luca being fully in the slipstream and he has no overspeed, like none.
Yeah, and the Lamborghini must be fairly fast in a straight line as well then. I don't think it's overly slow, that Viper, but it's not that fast in a straight line by the looks of things. But yes, that's what I thought he'd have to go for. Gets the move done on the H-Boss. No, he doesn't. I spoke way too soon there. H-Boss doesn't want to give this up just yet. It's
still there, and now Luca. Finally.
He'll get the slipstream down this straight, and you know the Lamborghini's gonna go flying past the Viper, just with the straight line speed advantage. So yeah, so it's not done yet. H-Boss has plenty of tools to fight with in this Lamborghini.
And Senna might play a part in this as well.
Is he pitting? Is he just getting out of the way?
Yes, no, he's pitting.
Yeah,
H-Boss will definitely pit on the end of this lap.
Yeah, he has to.
And I think I will have to come back for my prediction. No, wait, there's still a lot of time. I'm not going to say anything yet. H-Boss going purple in sector 1 without slipstream. Oh, but a big slide through turn 3.
He did have slipstream. He overtook Lico. Overtook him in the turn 1. Yeah.
And Cartman is into the pit lane.
I think H-Boss can just do this wee shuffle race with Lico and come out on top in the end, because the straight line speed of that Lamborghini is quite a lot more than the Viper, so it's almost as if Lico can't get away from him.
Yeah. And I think I will have, there's no way that J-Rabbit is gonna make it to the end. He has the same tire wear as Luco, but on the worst tires, so
he's got a pits in and go to racing softs. I think now would be not do it. He's not doing it yet, but next lap possibly. The thing is, he'll use the racing sauce up quite well, and yeah, he did win the championship as of last round, so not much incentive for G-Rabbit in this one at least. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't do much practice for this one. As he's right, this is just sort of a victory race for him. There's no
This is
nothing
parade race.
Parade race, yeah. There's nothing to lose in this one. So yeah.
Interestingly though, with the undercut that Lance did, the gap is now up to 9 seconds.
Yep, 2 seconds gained on that one lap.
But will 2 lap fresher tires and a little bit worse tire wear on the McLaren help Carton close that gap down? I don't think so. But never say never.
You see H-Boss going a wee bit defensive against Lico in the middle of the corner there. He knows if Lico doesn't get a clean... I don't know what Lico can do much to get this thing to take down, to be honest.
Push to pass.
Well, he is pushing.
Alright, bump to pass.
Yeah. I also have just noticed the feels a bit worse on this Viper. But he's going for a different line to H-Boss.
H-Boss suffering with his tires.
Now if he's able to stay ahead, go for these next 2 corners very quickly and get like a 1.5 seconds on H-Boss, he might keep the position. It's just, yeah, that Lamborghini's got the straight line speed to get back at Lico, whatever he does at this stage. Tires are also quite worn there for Lico too. And yeah, G-Rabbit's come out on the racing softs.
And
just that lap.
Kept his 5th position.
Lance just set a 1:13.4 there. It's about 3/10 faster than any other fastest lap we've had. Gap's almost 10 seconds back to Cartman. Yeah, I think even if Lenz has to drive around in really worn tyres for a lap or 2, he'll have enough of a gap, but it doesn't really matter.
Here goes H-Boss, just like it's nothing. Slotting back into 3rd place. What kind of setup would you go for?
For this
Top
track?
speed, cornering, or balanced?
I'd usually try both and see, because there is some high-speed corners around this track, but it definitely take a bit of downforce off. It's just like the first corner, and yeah, you want to take it near flat out, so yeah, I'd probably use that as a measurement. Yeah, just find how aggressive I can go into the first corner with the aero, and I think that's the limit point for this track, but definitely a low aero setup for this track I'd be using. But yeah, like with Monza, like I'd have always thought Monza was a low downforce track, but it's actually, for optimal setup, you actually do need quite a bit of downforce in Monza. Corners like Parabolic and stuff. Yeah,
but also the lower speed, like the chicanes. If you don't have any downforce, good luck turning.
Yeah, and you definitely use your tires up a bit more, sliding the car more to try and get it rotated as well. Lico and H-Boss have come into pit lane.
And Lico with 5% less fuel.
Yeah.
And Lico did refuel 2%, and that has made a bigger gap.
Quite far ahead of G-Rabbit, but not that far ahead of Gadget's Senna battle. Gadget's tyres a wee bit worse than Senna. I think Senna's going to get Gadget, I'm not sure. But it's very close. Lico now has to get back past H-Boss. I just think, yeah, the matchup between the Viper and the Lamborghini, I just think the Lamborghinis always go across the finish line first. Just with the speed down the straight. Because yeah, if H-Boss is behind Lico coming to this last corner, he'll be in front before the finishing line. Yeah. We'll see how they get on the soft tyres, because cars can change depending on what tyre they're on.
Yeah, definitely. But also, the gap from P2 to P3, 45 seconds.
Yeah, I'd say that's quite the strategy the front two have gone with has just been soft tyres from start to finish, and that seems to be the tyre you want around here.
Well, also them being in constant slipstream with one another definitely helped as well.
Yeah, although other drivers have been quite close to each other, it's only like Leif and G-Rabbit that have been without slipstream this race for the most part. Everyone else has pretty much had a partner. Gadget and Senna, they spent a lot of time with each other's slipstream. And yeah, of course, Luco and H-Boss have spent a lot of time close to each other. So yeah, it's kind of a wee bit noise work 2x2. GT UKR at the front with Dragoff yellow and white. Yeah, it's just a bit of a mix as you go further down the field.
Lens has conceded some of his pace now, kept down to 8.5 seconds.
Yeah, in the last lap or two, that's 2 seconds. Yeah, it's quite significant. We maybe have about four laps left.
Yeah, Cartman did
4
a
times
1:13.5 2 laps ago.
I think Lens should have some tyre life after 4 laps. Cartman will definitely have good tyre life to push the last 4 laps. As he gets the car a bit squirrely on the exit of that long corner there. So we see Glade in 6th place is going to get lapped by Lens. That might have depending on how smoothly that goes, that might affect this battle. Hopefully not. Yeah.
Throw for content, just nudge Lens maybe slightly somewhat into a barrier. I will talk to Genji, you won't get a penalty. Gadget and Senna are both looking hella fine on their fuel, with 20% remaining. They've about double the fuel that everyone else has.
I think Lance is going to get a clean overtake here.
Well, clean, he has to take the outside line.
Yeah, you do like to get to the bottom of that corner and use the curbstone to help the car rotate. It's probably what Cartman's doing. Well, not quite.
Gap down to 7.5 seconds.
Just a second isn't going to be enough. But yeah, there's that front left down to this last couple of laps for Lens. I think he's going to have to do the last lap with no front left, basically.
I think even the last 2 laps.
Yeah. Depending when the timer goes as well. A late race charge for Cartman. H-Boss.
Very late.
It's been fairly even, like the first 3 or 4 stints for the front two, it was either or was winning it, and then Cartman had that big issue the last stint, but he set himself up to be much stronger than Lance in this stint. He's closed down 4 seconds since they come out of the pits, but
I would be interested to know if that pit lane penalty that he got, if it was fair. Or if it was like 1 pixel over. Or if he didn't even do anything at all. Because yeah, it is GT after all.
Might be worth having a look at, but my imagination is that he probably waited quite, like when he comes out of the pits, he seemed to turn earlier than the other drivers, so I think he crossed the solid yellow line before it became a dotted line. It wasn't the actual pit stop where he got the penalty, but the one before. I'm like, oh, he turns a lot earlier than the other drivers, so yeah. I mean, there's a dotted line there, and that's what you'd presume the line is, but it's just when the solid line ends. And yeah, I think he might have turned a bit too early and cut that. But yeah, it could be on the entry as well. He might have made a late decision to pit, and that might be why. He is running into some tyre issues himself, though. He's pushing very hard this stint.
Yeah, but like he's taking a full second a lap. And Lance, if he gets to real dead tires, he will even concede more.
We are coming into the last 2 laps, so this will be the penultimate lap. I actually don't know. 1:13. Yeah, there might be 3 laps. If there's 3 laps, yeah.
No. There will be 2. This is the penultimate lap.
He's now used up his front left entirely. Cartman's still got some left.
5.5 seconds is a lot.
Yeah.
Luco going for a move, possibly. Going around the outside. Oh.
It's kind of smart because it compromised H-Boss onto the run down that back straight. So yeah, this might be Luco actually getting the position properly on H-Boss. It's now a second nearly.
No, they will have also 2 more laps. J Rabbit, I'm not sure if he will get another 2 laps in.
Senna and Gadget.
But Gadget and Senna are going at it. And J Rabbit giving Gadget the slipstream.
Yeah.
Oh, and even letting them pass. Wow. Smart play by Rabbit. Knowing that he has nothing else to salvage.
Helping his teammates, which is good to see.
Final lap has started. And Lance leads by just over 4 seconds from Cartman.
He's almost used up his tyre as well.
Yeah,
most importantly.
4 seconds is you won't gain that.
So it looks to me like this is our first PSVR2 winner. Lance.
Don't tell anything until the fat lady sings.
He's got 1 quarter to go. Come on, he's got 3 seconds back, and Blaze holding up Carbon. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Lance has completed the last corner.
Final lap light is flashing, and Luco has taken 3rd place from H-Boss with a gap of 0.6 of a second.
And Lance clean sweep this evening. Fastest lap, pole position, and the race win for the VR driver. The first time all 3 of those things have been achieved. All wrapped up neatly with a bow there. Fastest lap as well. So Lance takes victory, and Cartman takes P2. And with G-Rabbit being back here in 5th place, I think that's a change of lead in the team's championship. I can't confirm. I'll wait for the final results to come through, but I think GTKER have just managed to get the team's championship at the end there. But yeah, big congratulations to Lens, and again, congratulations to our champion G-Rabbit. Great season, perfect driving every race up to the last one, and well-deserved series champion G-Rabbit. But yeah, that was quite a shock, the result of that one.
Yeah. And that is the season wrapped up, I think. Well, Tier 2 is still going at it, so...
And where's the positions in that one?
I am gonna look them up, just a moment.
And who won in that battle between Gadget and Senna? It was Gadget. Yeah.
Senna had a half-second penalty on the last lap.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
It is GTO who is leading currently,
Oh,
1.6 seconds ahead of Mark GT.
I have no idea what's going to happen then.
And they have 6.5 minutes left to go. They are on intermediate conditions. So that's very interesting to see that they have had some rain. I don't think we had any rain today, didn't we?
Well, yeah, it was 69 points, the gap that GTKR were behind Team Motion Blur Yellow. I think they'll have gotten at least 100 points over G Rabbit in that race. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure no matter what GTO does in Tier 2, that's going to be a championship win for the team GTKR. So although Cartman didn't win the drivers' championship, I think him and Lenz have just nicked the team's championship at the end there. So yeah, that's quite significant. Is there only 4 people left in this one? Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if they've had some rain. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I just said that to you.
Yeah, but I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that shows. I was saying that they are currently on intermediate conditions.
Well, G2's going to do what he can to, because I'm sure he doesn't know the state of the team's championship, but he's going to do what he can to give himself a good chance. But yeah, if G Rabbit came third in that race, I think yeah. Although G2 made a mistake there, Mark might be in with a shot here. It's quite close. I mean, it's wet conditions, but they're all on dry tires.
The racing line is probably quite dried up now.
It's when they get off it, they can lose tons of time. I think we have 4 commentators covering this now.
Yeah. We have as many commentators as drivers, that's quite shocking.
Yeah.
Gap down to 1.1 seconds between the two in front.
Yeah, so maximum points that could be attained is like 40 points. And it's G Rabbits up there. It's like 160 points, 50 points plus 40 points. It's like 90 points. So it's like 70 points.
Oh, I love this. Well, I don't know if you have it as well, but when I joined the lobby, it says that GTO is currently on a 1 hour, 27 minutes and 20 seconds lap time.
I didn't see that.
It's his first lap. But he does get overtaken now, just before the end of the race. Can he catch back up? He's on medium though, fast. Mark GT is also... never mind though.
Yeah, even given the damp conditions like this should help your tyre wear, and their tyres are still worn out. But yeah, it's a battle for the lead. I think Zulu might be the favourite for the championship so far, but he's about 20 seconds behind these two. But third place would still be a good all the points. I'm not sure if Mark's he in the fight for a championship? Oh, closer look. Yeah, Mark GT's fourth in the championship, so I don't think he's battling for a championship, but GTO is. But I think with Sully coming third, this means Sully Outcast is still going to win that championship. But it does look close. I did the math, and I think it looks like there's like 5 points in it. So if GTO does finish here, I don't think they'll win, but they might. It's hard to tell. I need to have a closer look at the numbers.
They still have something to play for at least.
I think so, but I'm not too sure. Because for me, it looks like at the minute the difference is about 70 points, which is about how much the difference was.
Mistake from GTO on the exit of turn number 1. My GT slipping through.
So yeah, if Mark wins, it'll definitely be GT KR that wins overall. But will be GTO be able to get it back? He's only got one more corner really to do it. If he can get in the slipstream with a better line for this last corner. But it's so hard to tell where to go. The high line's usually the fastest. But it's covered in water. So if you go there, you tend to run wide, but Mark's kept it together. G2's run out of tyres, so yeah, that must have been what the difference was. Yeah. So Mark GT's going to come home and finish this race in first place. This'll get him promoted, I imagine. A result like this, good haul of points. Yeah, it's close, but he might actually take G2's spot coming into next season. I just assume there's 3 drivers that are getting promoted and relegated, but that result might have just made Mark GT get promoted over GTO, so that might be more significant than we actually thought. But yeah, quite an intense battle between those two. And of course, Ricey, one of my favourite drivers, is going to come home in 4th place and pick up some good points there too. Everyone gets good points.
Yeah, difficult to not get good points when you're coming in last place, but still manages to just get 1 place off the podium.
So yeah, that's us this evening. Thanks for joining, everyone. And yeah, I won't be commentating next season. I'm not too sure if you're getting involved with it at all, but yeah, I'll be racing next season in VR as well. So of course, should do quite well though. They'll be happy to see me race. Well, I will anyway. But yes, I guess I'll end the stream there, and yeah, enjoy the off season, everyone. Get your spotters guides in by tomorrow evening for Gadget, and yeah, we'll catch you for the next season. Whoever's in charge of the commentary for that one, possibly Jason, but yeah, or Kim. But yeah, we'll see. Catch us later.
We'll
Bye.
see. See ya.